Okay, ever since man started living in groups, the need for communication has very importantly felt. Man could have communicated just by a few utterances, a few gestures, but then when a person expresses or gives a very beautiful description of something, the communication becomes more effective, isn't it? So, here what we are going to do is, we are going to study to describe things in a, that is, we are going to communicate in a very descriptive way. It all depends how you, not only how you speak, when you speak what, how you speak and where you speak. Because when you want to communicate something to your manager or officer or to your head of the department, you should know how you should put your words across to them. Okay? That is what I said. When you speak, what you speak and where you speak matters, and how you speak most of all. How? Like you can't go to a police station and you want to give a complaint about a lost property. In case you have lost your handbag, you just can't go and tell him, sir, I have lost my handbag. There are hundreds and hundreds of handbags. How will he know unless you describe the object? You have to give a descriptive written statement. Only then when they find it, they can let you know. Or if you have lost your cell phone, or if you have lost your chain or anything, for instance, you have to give a descriptive account. Okay, so description involves effective speaking and also words to describe. You should know how to describe things, you should know. That is what we are going to learn now. So, communication, describing things and people and feelings and all that we are going to see now. Is that okay? So, shall we go ahead with the first topic? Okay. Now, how to describe your people and clothes we are going to see. Okay. Describing people and clothes. Describing people and clothes. This is a vast topic. First, okay. Now, you all look at me. Can you describe me? Okay, you can just say, when you look at me, you can describe my face. Do I have a round face or a squarish face or a oblong face, and how long is my hair, and you can just think of the clothes that I am wearing. Like you can just say, I am wearing a, what your teacher is wearing, your tutor is wearing is a top white with black flowers and a black skirt, and all this. These are the descriptive way of explaining a person's appearance. Okay. Now, describing people and clothes, like not only police station, in case you want a person to receive another person at the airport or at the bus stop. Now, you call up and tell your friend to receive, you do not have time. So, you ask somebody else to receive your cousin at the airport. So, how would they know who that person is? They have not seen that, he or she has not seen that person at all. So, you give a descriptive element of that person. You can say she is around 5 feet tall, and she will be wearing a yellow colored dress, or she has short hair. So, you should learn to describe people. You just can't say, please go and receive my cousin at the airport, she will be coming from this flight. But you have to give another descriptive element also. This is what we are going to see now. I am going to give you some dialogues where you describe people. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you some examples of how to describe people. For example, if I say this is a man, okay. Now I'm going to describe this man, going to give you more information about this man, and then you will know or you will understand better about this man. Okay. This is a man can be elaborated into, this is a tall, well built, fair complexioned man with straight dark hair, bushy eyebrows, handlebar moustache and a clean shaven chin. Okay, do you get a picture of this man now? I will repeat again, this is a tall, well built, fair complexioned man with straight hair, bushy eyebrows, handlebar moustache and a clean shaven chin. Maybe we can just have a description like this. A tall man with a clean shaven moustache, no, beard and a handlebar moustache, that is like a handlebar, the moustaches and hair, straight hair. Okay, so a tall, well built, you can just think of a fat man. I am just giving you a rough sketch. So you have to imagine with the description given here, a tall, well built, fair complexion. Fair complexion means fair and not very dark, fair skinned. Man with straight hair, bushy eyebrows, okay, eyebrows are bushy and a handlebar moustache and a clean shaven beard. Okay, this is a description of an appearance. Now one more I am going to give you. Mother Teresa was a nun. Mother Teresa was a nun. We all know Mother Teresa was a nun. And we also know how Mother Teresa used to look. In case you are narrating how Mother Teresa looked to another person who doesn't know her, you can say this way. Mother Teresa, a nun from the order of the Sisters of Charity, was kind and caring of the sick and dying, generous and loving to all, and with a heart of gold for the poor and needy. This is description of human feelings. Okay, this is her way of feeling for the others. I will read again. Mother Teresa was a nun from the order of the Sisters of Charity, was kind and caring of the sick and dying, generous and loving to all, and with a heart of gold for the poor and needy. Okay, so first we saw description of a outer appearance of a man. Now we saw description of feelings of a person towards the others. The next one, okay, let me clean this, and next one will be description of a person who's down with some sickness. Gopal is unwell. Now let us look further into what is wrong with him. Gopal has high fever with severe cold, cough and headache, which shows all symptoms of an attack of flu. Okay, so this is the description of illness. Gopal has high fever with severe cold, cough and headache, which all shows symptoms of an attack of flu. Okay, see how beautifully we can use words to describe things. Now next one. Meera was dressed up for a wedding. Now Meera is a young lady who is dressed up for a wedding. Dressed up for a wedding doesn't show how she was dressed. Now we are going to describe the clothes that she was wearing. Meera was dressed in a rich brown silk brocade sari with broad zari border and a heavy zari embroidered pallu of dancing peacocks and drooping flowers. She wore a matching blouse and a pair of zari lined sandals. So, this is a description of clothes or the dress that she was wearing. I will just read again. Meera was dressed in a rich brown silk brocade. Brocade is a variety of textile, okay, where it is interwoven with jari work. Okay. Rich brown silk brocade sari with a broad zari border and a heavy zari embroidered pallu of dancing peacocks and drooping flowers. She wore a matching blouse and a pair of zari lined sandals. Okay. The above sentences are examples of the appropriate use of vocabulary for describing or description in effective communication. So, these are the ways in which we describe textile. Now we have seen description of textile or the clothes, description of feeling, human feelings, and description of an outer appearance of a man. And also we saw a description of a sickness. Okay. Now let us see, look at the following sentences. Bharat is usually happy, full of high spirits and loves to be with people. This whole sentence can be written in one short sentence. Okay. It can be Bharat is a gregarious boy. Gregarious means, it means all this, usually happy, full of high spirits and loves to be with people. So, Bharat is a gregarious boy. Now, here are some more examples. The policeman has a thick moustache which covers and droops along its upper lip, but curves upward on either side of his mouth. How can this description be given in one short sentence? The policeman sports a handlebar moustache. This is a description of appearance. Okay, next one. The jockey wears pants which are broad and cut full at the thighs and tight from the knee to the ankle with a strap around the foot. How can this be written in one sentence? The jockey was wearing riding breeches. Riding breeches, that is the description of this clothes. The jockey wears pants which are broad and cut full and at the thighs, and thighs it becomes tight from the knee to the ankle with a strap around the foot. So, this is called the breeches. Another one example. As it was raining very heavily, there was a lot of water flowing along the streets in the city. This can be put in a shorter version. Due to torrential rains, the city streets were flooded. Due to torrential rains. Torrential means heavy rain with water flooding the street and all that. Due to torrential rains, the city streets were flooded. So, this is a description of weather condition. Okay. One more description of clothes I am going to give you. Jessie wore a long white dress and had a veil on her head on her wedding day. This we can cut it short saying Jessie wore the customary bridal attire on her wedding day. This is a description of a dress or clothes. Okay, now I will just give you some words to describe the clothing that usually people wear, and I am going to give you a dialogue. Okay. We have brocade, we have nylon, chiffon, we have linen, khaki. Khaki is usually worn by policemen or guards, and we have denim. Denim is a jeans. Then Macintosh. Macintosh is a coat, overcoat which is worn during rainy season. Gossamer. Gossamer is a net-like dress. Okay. So, all these different kinds of clothes you should know to describe. Okay. Now, shall we see some more descriptions of people, and then we will go on to a dialogue. Okay. I am going to give you, and I am going to give you some work now. Take out your pen and notebook and write down. You are going to describe an escaped convict. You know who a convict is? A convict is a person who has been convicted of a crime. So, prison. So, he has been put in jail and he has escaped. So, in the newspaper, you find an advertisement explaining or describing the person, the appearance of this person. Let's fill it up, okay. He is called the Auto Muthu. Okay, name of that person is Auto Muthu. Height 5 feet 8 inches. Okay. Now you are going to talk about the face, you are going to talk about the skin, you are going to talk about the build and also the hair. Okay. Face, you are going to talk about the skin and build and hair. Let us see how you can fill in. Okay, face. Auto Muthu, let us say rugged face, shall we say? Rugged. Rugged means very irregular, okay? Rugged. Looking very, what to say, unrefined, very uncouth or very rough, okay? Rugged face. Skin, freckled skin. Freckled means what? Full of dots like pockmark, you know, full of dots, uneven with lot of dots on the face. Freckled skin. Build, heavy built. Heavily built or heavy built means very hefty. Okay, I will just write within brackets hefty. Heavy built is hefty, it is very fat. Hair, distangled brown, or we will just state tangled and mangled. Tangled. Tangled means not well combed, not combed and groomed well. Tangled brown hair. Okay, so now you get a picture of a convict. You can just say freckled skin and heavy built, tangled brown hair. Okay, heavy built. Okay. rugged face. The face looks very rugged. Rugged in the sense it's not well defined at all. Okay, so this is a description of an escaped convict, and see how you have described a person very well, isn't it? So copy it down. I am going to give you some more work to do and you are going to do it. Okay, I am not going to help you. I will give you some clue words and you are going to fill in two different boxes now. Okay, two boxes I am going to give you as work. First one will be missing. Missing Saravanan, age 73 and height is 5.9 inches, 5 feet 9 inches, mentally ill. Okay, now all the four descriptions you are going to give. That is face, skin, build and hair. I am not giving the color of the eyes because in India we all have brownish black eyes. Nobody has blue eyes or green eyes. So I am not giving the color of eyes here. So one more box I am going to give you. This is missing Padma and age 35 and height 5.3 inches and she speaks Tamil. And here we have the four descriptions: face, skin, build and hair. Okay, I am going to give you some clue words. You are going to fill in these blanks with these words given. Dark skin, curly hair, long faced, wrinkled, round faced, obese. Obese means very fat. Stocky also, you can say stocky is also very hefty. Lean, lean means very thin. Pock faced. Pock face means with chicken pox or smallpox marks on the face. Angular face fair skinned. Okay, now let me see how you fill up these words in these two boxes. Now Saravanan is 73 years old. So how will his face be, or how will his skin be? He is an old man. So the skin will be wrinkled. Face may be angular. Angular means a little broad. Build. He is an old man, so he can be lean. And hair can be, what else can you say about hair? We can say straight hair. Straight grey hair we can say. Okay, because he is old, his hair will be grey. Okay, so you filled in one box. Next one, missing Padma is only 35 years old. Maybe we'll say that she has a she has long face, long faced, and skin can be dark skin. Build, obese, fat woman, okay, obese. And hair, we can say curly hair. Have you filled in? Okay, it's up to your imagination. You can fill up using words like this. This will help you to communicate better, okay. When you know, see, communication skills is mainly to do with vocabulary. You have to have a rich vocabulary. You should know what words to use when and where. That is why I have given you all this. I am training you up to describe people. Okay? Check it up and see whether you have written. Even if there are a few differences, okay, it's up to your imagination. Okay, next we are going to see a telephonic conversation between Anita and Geeta. And Anita needs Geeta's help because she is too busy at the moment, and she wants Geeta to go and pick up a few people at the airport. And she is giving a description of all the 4 people, and I am going to read out that conversation and you have to listen carefully, and I am going to ask you to describe or give me the main points of the description of these people. Shall we go ahead with that? It is quite interesting, and I am going to read out the dialogue. It is a telephonic, because over the telephone she is telling her how each person will look. Okay, and how this is under the topic describing people and clothes. So you have to listen carefully, or if you want you can even jot down points of the description, and then I will check it up with you whether you have written it correctly. Okay, Anita. Hello Geeta. Geeta. Hi Anita, you had spoken to me only a little while ago. Now you are back on the line. What's up? Anita. Geeta, I need your help. I just received a call from Mumbai. My cousins from US are arriving at Chennai airport by around 11:30 a.m. Air India flight. That's less than an hour from now. Geeta. So how do I fit into this information? Anita. I need you to receive them at the airport and drop them at my flat, Geeta. I have an important board meeting in half an hour and I can't get away from it. You'll do me this favor, won't you? Geeta, hey, how can I receive them when I don't even know them and don't even know how they look like? Don't tell me you expect me to stand there with a placard like a tourist guide. Anita, not a bad idea, but jokes apart, let me describe them to you that you'll be able to recognize them by the description. Geeta, okay, shoot, I'm all ears. I'm all ears means I'm willing to listen to you. Okay, there goes Anita. There are 4 of them, 2 men and 2 women. Kannan is the tallest. He's 30 years old, 30-year-old 6-footer with broad shoulders and a ruddy complexion. He sports a heavy moustache and a thick but trimmed beard, both those being in sharp contrast to his bald head. He's got a round face with a short nose and small, close-set eyes. He prefers formal wear, so if it is not a suit or a tie, he would surely be in full-sleeved checked shirt with matching tie and in leather shoes which match his trousers. Okay, how about the rest? Anita, Varun is easy to identify in any crowd. He too is around 30 years old, but he is short, stocky and swarthy. He is clean shaven, but his head is crowned with a thick mop of black hair, which is often untidy and unkempt. He is always polo necked. He is always in polo necked t-shirt and shorts when he is in India, and sandals are a compulsory accessory to his dress code. He is a cheerful guy, and when he grins, the sparkle of his white teeth competes with a twinkle in his eyes. Okay, this is a description of 2 guys. Now we'll go on to the girls now. Are you taking down the notes? I'm going to ask you. Geeta, are the women too distinct in their appearances? Anita, Divya is Kannan's sister and she's tall like him. But that's as far as the similarity goes. She is fair, smooth skinned, slim, with long brown shoulder length hair. Unlike her brother, she has an aquiline nose and doe-eyed, but like him, she prefers formal wear whether it is a western or ethnic. So she is bound to be in a narrow bordered Kanchipuram silk sari or an elegantly flowered flannel skirt with a high collared cuff sleeved satin blouse. Kannan, Varun and Divya are my parental cousins, but Preeti, the last on the list, is a maternal one. She is my mother's sister's daughter. She resembles me in many ways. We are of the same age. Both of us are of jockey height, and we are thin, wiry haired, wheat complexioned, freckled, spectacled, with beady eyes and a snub nose. Without doubt, she will be in tight jeans, baggy shirt and high-heeled shoes. Geeta, phew, that's quite a lot to remember. Perhaps I'll first look for Preeti your look-alike, and the rest would then be easy. Okay, Anita, go ahead with your meeting. I'll set out for the airport now. I'll call you up or SMS you when we get to the flat. Bye. Thanks a lot, Geeta. Bye-bye. Okay, now you heard the description of 4 people. Okay, now let's see whether you remember these 4 people. Who are the people? First is Kannan. Kannan, Varun, and Priya, and who's the other one? Divya. Divya is Kannan's sister, and Priya. Okay, let's see now what you know about Kannan. Kannan, he's tall. Have you jotted down? He's tall. Then what else? 6-footer. 6-footer means what? He is 6 feet tall. So we call a person who is 6 feet tall as 6-footer. Then ruddy complexion. What do you mean by ruddy complexion? Reddish in color, okay? Ruddy complexion. See, that's why you have to learn all these words to describe people. Ruddy complexion means reddish in color. Then he has heavy moustache. Heavy moustache and thick, well-trimmed beard. Okay, thick, well-trimmed beard, and he has a round face. And what else? And he has a short nose. Short nose. Some people have long nose, some have a short nose. Then what else? He'll always be in formal dress, either a formal suit or checked shirt with a tie. And what else? Leather shoes, matching leather shoes. That is, if he wears black pant, black shoes, matching leather shoes. Why particularly we have written leather shoes is, this is a season where people wear Nike shoes, Reebok shoes and all sports wear, but here he always dresses up in a formal wear, matching leather shoes. Okay. Now let's come back to Varun now. So just see Kannan, tall, 6-footer, ruddy complexion, heavy moustache, thick, well trimmed beard, round face, short nose, formal suit or checked shirt with tie, matching leather shoes. This is quite enough to identify, isn't it? Okay, now let's go on to Varun. Varun is short. He's just the opposite of Kannan. He is short. Okay, and then he's stocky and swarthy. Stocky means hefty. Stocky. So he is short, stocky, swarthy, stocky and swarthy, just fat, and then clean shaven. That is, he doesn't have a moustache or beard. Clean shaven, and he's crowned with a thick mop of black hair. Thick black hair. Okay, and then untidy and unkempt. Untidy and unkempt means the same. Not well combed or not well groomed. Untidy and unkempt. Polo neck t-shirt. Polo neck t-shirt, turtleneck we call it a high neck t-shirt or tight necked t-shirt. Okay, polo necked t-shirt. And shorts with sandals. Okay, short, stocky, swarthy, clean shaven, thick black hair, untidy and unkempt, polo neck t-shirts, shorts and sandals. Anything, he's a cheerful guy when he grins, and sparkle of his white teeth competes with his twinkle in the eyes. So you can just say cheerful, and sparkling teeth. Okay, now we have seen the description of two people, short, stocky, swarthy, clean shaven, thick black hair, untidy and unkempt, that is not well combed or it is not well groomed, polo neck t-shirt, shorts, sandals, cheerful looking person with sparkling teeth and eyes. Okay. Next we are going to see Divya. Let's see how Divya looks. Okay, I think Divya will need more space. Okay, let's see how Divya looks. She is fair skinned, smooth skinned, and shoulder length brown hair. Shoulder length brown hair. And what next? Narrow bordered Kanchipuram sari. Kanchipuram silk sari. Many people like to wear Kanchipuram silk sari when they come on flight. Maybe she is one like that. Okay, here tall also. It's given tall, like tall. Okay, fair. Next, Kanchipuram silk sari, or she may wear high collared cuff sleeved blouse. Flannel skirt or flannel skirt with high collared, full sleeve shirt. Then what else? Shirt or blouse, full sleeved satin blouse. Satin blouse. Whereas Priya is very easy to describe. What does she look like? She is jockey height. Jockeys are usually not very tall. Okay, jockey height. Jockey height, thin, wiry head. Wiry head means very dry, thin hair. Wheat complexioned, that means brownish. Wheat complexioned. Wheat complexioned. And what else? Freckled, with dots in the face. Okay, freckled. And spectacled, she wears specs. And beady eyes. And snub nose. Okay, and dress, tight jeans and baggy shirt. Tight jeans and baggy shirt and high heel sandals. Okay, so this gives a description of Priya, and Priya almost looks like Anita. Okay. Now Anita has asked Geeta to go and collect these 4 people, and this is the description that she has given of these 4 people. See now, Divya, we saw. Now Priya, jockey height, thin, wiry head, wheat complexioned, freckled face, spectacled, that is she is wearing specs, beady eyes, big eyes, snub nose, that is snubbed nose, tight jeans, baggy shirt and high heels. So these are the descriptions of these people. And one more information she gives extra is these 3 are her paternal cousins from US, and Priya is her maternal cousin. What does that mean? Paternal means relating to the father and maternal means related through the mother. Okay, so if you have a description like this, it's easy to find a person. So this is how you describe people and their clothes. I am sure you have got it right now. Like whatever I read, if you have written down all these information, you put a big tick and you write good over there. You have listened to me very carefully and you have been very observant. Okay, we are going to practice more dialogues now with other descriptions. Good luck. Okay, now we are going to see a very imaginary day-to-day conversation where Ravi and Ramesh, they are talking amongst themselves. Now Ravi has applied in Ramesh's firm for a job, and Ramesh's boss wants to meet Ravi. Okay, so Ramesh is asking Ravi to come and meet his manager in his or not manager, we will say MD. Okay, managing director in his office because he wants to give him a job. And Ravi asks Ramesh, okay, I'll come, but how would your managing director be? What sort of a person is he? So he is going to give a full description of that person. Let's see this conversation. Okay. Ramesh talks first. He meets Ravi and he tells Ravi, you are expected to meet my boss tomorrow regarding your job. And immediately Ravi feels so excited. Okay, he feels so excited and he asks Ramesh something. Ravi, is it? Is it? So glad. Tell me, how does your boss look? And what sort of a person is he? Okay, so now Ravi is so excited that he is going to get a job in Ramesh's firm. So he wants to impress his boss. Okay, so he wants to know some details about Ramesh's boss so that he will be prepared to face a person. Okay, so he just wants to impress him. Only if we know about a person, we can impress them, isn't it? So he says, so is it? I am so glad. Tell me, how does your boss look? And what sort of a person is he? And now Ramesh is giving a detailed description. Well, he's a tall, wheat complexioned, man with thick grey hair, a smart beard, and well trimmed moustache. He's always in formal suit. In his formal wear, suit and tie. He is a cheerful person. Now it's the nature of the person. He is a very cheerful person cheerful person with a lot of sense of humor. With a sense of humor. What does that mean? Sense of humor means who has a hilarious side, that is he loves to talk jokingly, okay, sense of humor, with a sense of humor. Mind you, he is also very strict in discipline. Very strict about punctuality. Okay, so this much of information Ramesh has given, and so Ravi is very happy. He says, "Thank you, Ramesh." I shall meet him tomorrow. Okay. And Ramesh also says bye. Bye and good luck. Okay. See, now Ramesh, he calls Ravi. Ravi, you're expected to meet my boss tomorrow regarding your job. Ravi, is it? I'm so glad. Tell me, how does your boss look and what sort of a person is he? And Ramesh comes out with a description. Well, he's a tall, wheat complexioned man with thick grey hair, a smart beard and well trimmed moustache. He is always in his formal wear, that is suit and tie. He is a very cheerful person with a sense of humor. Mind you, he is also very strict about punctuality. Punctuality means you have to keep up your time. Thank you, Ravi says, thank you, Ramesh. I shall meet him tomorrow. Bye. And Ramesh says, bye, good luck. Okay, so now you found a conversation describing a person, his clothes and his nature. So this is how you shall talk to other people describing things, people. Now we have only seen people, clothes and their nature. Next we are going to see about things. Like I told you already, when you give a complaint at a police station about a stolen article, how you will describe a thing, we are going to see in the next lesson.